feel that case is strongly put. So have no questions about it. Potential clarification about what we've just done with this referendum, what I feel, and others around me have brought to my attention. I think that the perception by many students that the university administration simply uses BUSAC as like a conduit, through which they can pass controversial fees that they might otherwise legally not be able to do, or if they did in some other fashion, were completely forthright about how they did it, it would not pass, or it wouldn't be acceptable. And I feel that we're eroding our capacity to be able to consider ourselves a student union. And I will go as far to say, if things like this happen in the future and were more blatant, the argument might be put forward that you could say that they had too much interference in our activities, but we could consider almost a youth wing of the university rather than an actual student union. And I believe that we should really recognize that we are BUSAC, the Brock University Students Union, and we should be representing the students, not simply fan built for legislation and hoping to rise up with whatever your personal motivations might be. And I also feel, as a group, we've shown a little concern for our own legislative procedures, so the continuous suspension of our bylaws, and constantly suspending bylaws whenever it's remotely convenient to do so, and having been seen it via, given our sound obedient consent to the administration with this referendum, we make ourselves open for future incidents where there may be third-party interference. Slide. Feature. So this is a premier win, and I feel, when I was making this presentation, something came to me, and it was actually through Vince, he talked about it on Facebook, about how I feel that the university with this fee has actually recouped the 2% loss they have in when the Liberal government has reduced the cap from 5% to 3% for its tuition can increase each year. It's quite kind of coincidental that at Brock University, now next year, they're going to have 1.9% increase, so bringing us to 4.9 instead of 5. So, in my opinion, you could read between the lines there that maybe they found a way to get it back to 5%. Slide. So, passive campaigns, kind of less to the point about that. I stipulated in Article 3. These are our bylaws. This is, I think this is 6.5, and this is unnecessary to show at the moment. This was just if anyone else had any questions about it. So. These are some things that the official representatives of the no side came forward to me. These are not necessarily my opinions. These are things that they felt, in ways that they felt they were wrong or treated differently from the yes side. So I want to get that out of the way right away. According to them, the posters for the official no side were delayed and received only 45 minutes prior to the time they could be put up at the last moment or whatever to edit material, for 24-hour overlay for printing. I can't remember what was going on with that. They told Monday about one of the posters that had an infograph that showed, it shows the slivers of all of our ancillary fees and which ones go to what. They were told that was a copyrighted image for Brock University Students Union, and I don't really understand how that's the case because I know it could be copyrighted was created by someone in BUSAC, but it's not like they're using the BUSAC logo. That's just my personal opinion. So I don't see why why they could include an infograph to officially show the reality of what our ancillary fees are going to be. So the no side could only furnish hallways with posters after Wednesday morning. I think that was like the 27th or something, or the 26th. It was that week. So that was the second day of voting, and Thursday was the last day. And that was the first day that they could actually get their posters and get any of their material out there. The no side designates felt decorum was not maintained during the debate. They felt that it was incumbent upon the CRO during the debate to be a better moderator. I was not there, I have not watched the tape, but they felt that the supporters of the yes side were able to badger them constantly, so we couldn't even be heard, and it wasn't recognized by the moderator, and they weren't told to calm down, observe some civility, or leave. And the no side feels that they're precluded from using the terminology 2% increase.
A tuition increase.
Yeah, okay, 2% tuition increase. Yeah, those are good ones. And then so on. And that's just the end of my application.
Questions about the presentation. Keep in mind, okay? That's why we're doing it. Mr. Pliley?
You can stop me if this is in terms of presentation. I'm just wondering, Mr. Evans, if you feel so strongly about the issues, how come you didn't join the no side of the campaign to bring the issues to light during the campaign period?
I was involved in,
Were you registered in the no side team?
I was bored, and but I did do certain things, and I honestly, a lot of these things, one of my objections, I'm sorry to say, I may have been ignorant at the time. If you knew at the time, I was sick for a great deal of time, and I couldn't even get my own material out there for the board, trying to do like a picture or alert or anything like that. So I really didn't keep myself abreast of all the information necessary for this, but after the referendum, I've been able, since all the commotions kind of caused, and people actually coming up to me to talk to me about it and show how disappointed they are with it, I've looked into it extensively, and I've come to agree with that side in a number of ways.
Ms. Micah?
Can you go back to that law that said basically that revenues cannot become part of the tuition? I'm a little confused about that because if that's a law, then how shouldn't that be checked before a referendum was even brought to the students?
I believe so.
Because that would make it completely invalid at this point, wouldn't it be?
If this is if this was to be interpreted, I guess, by the government or by the judiciary, and that was found to be the case, I think, yeah, that's the result. That it would be immediately have to be considered invalid because it's violating the laws of the land, which trump anything we have.